I would like to introduce you to Vincenzo D'Antonio, Wineline TV's correspondent for Italy. And we are going to do weekly, semi-weekly recordings of conversations between the two of us over Skype. This week, Vincenzo is going to be talking about his trip to Puglia. Stand by.
Oh my, I just came back from Puglia few hours ago. It was nice because you know that Puglia, we say that is in a small way the same shape of Italy. Let's pretend that Puglia has more or less the same shape of Italy. So I went and I spent 3 days in the northwest of Puglia. In other words, then we finish the joke. In other words, if it was Italy, I spent my days in Piedmont. Do you understand?
Right.
The Piedmont of Puglia, the northeast of Puglia. Okay, finish the joke. This area of Puglia is named Daunia. And it is very important because it is the only mountain area of Puglia. You know that Puglia is famous because it is very, very flat. And thanks to Puglia, in Italy, we have wheat. Otherwise, we couldn't grow the wheat. So the only small area of Puglia where there are the mountains is exactly where I was. And I say again, the name of this small area is Daunia. What was wonderful? It was wonderful that in this area there is a wonderful grape. Let's say better. There are two grapes with the same name. Bombino. There is Bombino. 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 This is Bombino black and Bombino white. Both are delicious wine, both are very strong. In fact, we say that to sip Bombino Bianco in a blind way, if you blind your eyes and to sip Bombino Bianco, believe me, sometimes you can't recognize which is the red, which is the white, because are both so strong. Another grape in this area, it has a dialect name, not an Italian name, so I try to tell it in the same way they tell me. Cacemit. Cacemit is wonderful, the meaning, the deep meaning of this word. Why cacemit? Because it was in the past the cheapest grape, and its way the process so that these grapes become wine was very fast. Why? Because a cheap grape, we don't care it so much. So catch means drink the wine that there is in the oak. And now fill the oak with the new one. In other words, an overgoing overflow. No? You sip, it is going to finish, you fill again, and so and so and so.
See.
The truth is that this one, I say the truth. The truth is that this one is not a very good wine, but it was so useful for people who work in the ground, the farmers, because when Italy was a so poor country, there was no way to feed yourself eating meat, eating cheese, eating cake. You have to search for some cheap food, and it is a paradox. The wine was a food. In the past, in the poorest part of Italy, the cheapest food for farmers, I say again, it was a food, it was a liquid food, and it was this wine, cacemit. So they were the most interesting grapes that I rediscovered in this my trip in Puglia. If we have to talk, we like to talk besides wine, we can talk for olive oil. And it is a great olive oil because the olive, it is a nice name, Paranzana. It means nothing, it's a name. There is no meaning, no meaning. The name is Paranzana. The name of
Paranzana.
yes, Paranzana, Paranzana. But I say again, it means nothing. It's a name. Okay, but the shape of this olive is big, and when you make the harvest of the olive, we say frange, meaning you break it. Oh my, the smell is wonderful, is stronger, and the color is so nice because not yellow, green. Nevertheless, is very important. You have to know that officially, unofficially, whatever, never the color of the olive oil can be considered an asset plus or minus. No, never. The color is a key of judgment, is a judgment, a factor of judgment. Absolutely. In fact, you have to know that in the official panel, I'm so proud to belong to this panel, I'm so proud. In this panel, the glass is not transparency glass, is a dark glass because they want that you do not see the color because the color has not to be an influencer to you. So the color is not. Before olive oil is only smell and mouth.
Yeah,
Nose and mouth.
so
Not
it was a blind tasting.
correct in the deep meaning of the word blind. Correct. In the deep meaning of the word blind, it was a blind tasting. And it is wonderful olive oil, particularly I love it. But you know that the whole Puglia has a lot of olive oil. Now, my responsibility of Vincenzo, as Italian man, you know perhaps what I'm going to tell you. So, out of Italy, where there is the olive oil in Italy, and everyone, I know, and where is Tuscany? Not true. I'm sorry. Wait. Not true because there is not olive oil. Wait, there is olive oil, but in a so small quantity that it is impossible that you buy, he buy, they buy, in the worldwide, everyone buys Tuscany olive oil. It is impossible. There is one town in Puglia, maybe someday we will talk about this town, whose name is Andria, Andrai, Andria. It is famous because there is a wonderful castle on the top of the hill. It's wonderful, it is magical. We can talk about it. Sorry, I apologize. Because it is magical. I have to sip water, believe me, not wine, water. White wine. So, and in this land, the land of the town named Andria, they make more olive oil than white wine. They make more olive oil than the whole Tuscany. My responsibility, what I say, and I can make signature what I say. So, Puglia, let me say one thing, Robert, if you like. Let me say one thing. We live in a Mediterranean area, which are the main characteristics of the Mediterranean. They are three. That's all. Three. The wheat, the olive, the grapes. In Puglia, we have 1, 2, 3. We have wheat because 80% of Italian wheat is Puglia. We have olive oil. I wanted to tell you one thing that is very, for me as I am Italian, very sweet, believe me. In Puglia, there are more or less, 60 millions of olive trees.
Wow.
In Italy, we are more or less 60 million. Let's pretend that every Italian man, woman, kid, old Italian person owns one olive tree, and it is located in Puglia. It should be enough, and it should be enough to say, "Oh my God, I am Italian. I wasn't born in Puglia, but I love Puglia anyhow." And it should be enough. Nevertheless, you couldn't care less, but nevertheless, my grandfather, the father of my mother, was born in Puglia. And perhaps, who knows, it is a link of my blood that I love Puglia so particularly, even I was born in Campania, so not in Puglia. So, wheat again, olive again, wine. I began to tell you that in this very recent tour, I came back late afternoon, now in Italy it is late evening, I came back a few hours ago, I told you, yes, two good grapes. I say again, yes, good grapes, why not? Nevertheless, the best of the best of Puglia wines are three. Starting from the south of Puglia, meaning Salento, we have Negro Amaro. Okay. Then we walk bottom up. We stop in the middle of Puglia, not really middle, a bit northern than south, and we have Primitivo. Okay.
See.
Then we go more. We go so close to the main town that is Bari. The main town of Puglia is Bari, and we have Nero di Troia. Nero di Troia. These are the three very famous grapes. But why famous? Because the best, no doubt, the best. And 1, 2, 3 are red grapes, because Puglia is a region of red grapes.
It's very interesting. Last Thursday night, I had a wine from Puglia, from the Salento region, that I had never tasted before. It was a blend of Negro Amaro and Syrah. And it was Tomaresco. Tomaresco is the producer.
Tomaresco.
And the wine is made to drink chilled. It's absolutely delicious. It was very light in color. Looks a lot like a Pinot Noir or Pinot Nero. But it's Negro Amaro and Syrah. Unusual.
I think more or less, I think it is 80-20 or 70-30.
Yes.
Meaning Syrah is, let me say that, if I can, Syrah is the shoulder of the wine. No? Meaning the Negro Amaro is a weak backbone. Who gives the backbone, not the frame, to this wine is Syrah. And in my opinion, because I sipped it at Tormaresca. And do you know, Robert, who is the owner of Tormaresca? They are not from Puglia.
Yeah.
The owner of Tormaresca is Antinori.
Correct.
Meaning the most famous family of Italian owners of wine in Italy. And they made a good, a very important investment, a lot of money. They bought they bought few wineries, but with a lot of grapes. My God! And the Tormaresca is very interesting to visit because these grapes, let me tell you, some of these grapes, it seems they arrive on the beach. They arrive on the beach. So the microclimate is wonderful because they receive the breeze of the sea, they receive the salty area, no area, air. So it's wonderful. It's wonderful. I know them. I know that they are very kind people. They are gentlemen, and their wines are the best. Oh, may I tell you one thing that can be very interesting for American people, as we are talking about wine from Puglia. Do you know that our most famous pink wine is from Puglia, from Salento, and its name is Five Roses. But the Five Roses, not because I translate it, is the name in English. Five Roses is the name of this wine. And it was a fallout, how to say, a gift that some winemaker in Salento wanted to do to the high officer of U.S. Army when they came to Italy. Because they arrived from the south, no, to come to Italy to fight against Nazism. And after 70 years, we say thank you so much. Okay, you helped us so much. Okay, and this officer said, yes, I like this red wine, but I would like if fresh, if able to drink cold because here it is so warm. Oh my gosh, in summer. And this winemaker managed to make this pink wine because he understood it was a way to satisfy, to delight this officer. Now, in this moment, I'm sorry, I don't remember why the name of Five Roses, but I will make some research and I will tell you next time. Anyhow, the best rosé wines of Italy come from Puglia.
Interesting. Well, the next time I come over, maybe we can go to Puglia.
Why not? For sure. But I want to tell you one thing. Next time we can go to Puglia, and I say, believe me, without perhaps, we should. We should. We should say yes, for sure. But now I make a confusion. I take your hand and we make about the confusion. But don't forget, as you put in my mind, in my memory, the Pinot Noir. Okay, that in Italy we name it, of course, Pinot Nero. And believe me, Robert, after Puglia, we go northeast of Italy, we go to Friuli, and we taste Pinot Noir from Friuli. So we can make a wonderful trip, Puglia, and then Friuli. Anyhow,
well, I'm going to look forward to it, and I look forward to our next conversation. So thank you so much, Vincenzo.
Please, I thank you so much, and feel free to ask me when we can talk again. My pleasure.
Okay, grazie.
Ciao.